Shannon?
Lauren Green, thank you very much. Well, a Catholic college prep school is suing in Ohio City, saying an ordinance passed by the city council puts the school in jeopardy of going out of business. Supporters of the ordinance say it's about protecting the LGBT community. Joining me now, the lead attorney representing the Lyceum School from the Alliance Defending Freedom, Christiana Holcomb. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so this ordinance got passed, and it has to do with employment and all kinds of things and protecting the LGBT community. I know that the school was worried about, as a Catholic school that adheres to certain doctrines and expect their employees to do the same, you were worried about this, and you sought an answer from the city about how that could potentially be applied to the school.
No, that's exactly right. The city is essentially telling a distinctly Catholic school that it can't be Catholic. So the Lyceum showed up to city council meetings, expressed its concerns. They sent a public records request, and the city twice illegally refused to respond. The school followed up with actual letters to the city saying, does this law apply to our school? Are you going to use it to infringe on our religious freedom? And the city essentially said, figure it out for yourself, go find yourself a lawyer. So the school is left with no other option but to proceed to federal court and ask a judge to protect its freedom to operate as a distinctly Catholic school.
Okay, so Keith Benjamin is quoted several times talking about the case. He's the South Euclid Community Services Director. He says, the Lyceum School is free to hire, to teach its students in a manner that they see best and meets the vision and their goals of their school in any way that they wish. Does that give you reassurance that the school's not going to be targeted by this?
Not whatsoever. Frankly, if this was the city's position, it's interesting to me that they have refused to communicate that to the Lyceum all throughout this process. And in fact, again, in response to the Lyceum's letter saying, does this law apply to us? The city said, we can't tell you, figure it out for yourself and go find yourself a lawyer. So again, in the light of the criminal penalties, significant fines and jail time that the Lyceum is facing, it has no other option but to ask a court to protect its religious freedom.
Okay, Grant Stancliffe from Equality Ohio says this, referring to the school, they've been able to operate under this ordinance, presumably making hiring and firing decisions without experiencing any reason for somebody to complain that the law appears to be compatible with their day-to-day operations.
Well, no one has to wait for the government to come after them and throw them in jail before they challenge an unjust law. So what the Lyceum is doing here is trying to ensure that its freedom to operate just as a distinctly Catholic school is protected, and it doesn't have to continue existing under this threat of significant fines, punishments, and even jail time for its headmaster.
I saw that there was a parent who wants to stay anonymous that's connected to the school that said this, we don't object to this law because we want to hurt anyone. It's about making sure the law doesn't hurt us by criminalizing our beliefs. I mean, this clash is going to continue to happen in society where you have religious organizations or business owners and protections that communities are passing for the LGBT community. I mean, how do you find the balance in making sure that the rights of everyone are respected? Is it possible?
Well, tolerance and mutual respect are a two-way street. And so what the city of South Euclid has done here has basically come in and tell a distinctly Catholic school, you can't be Catholic and operate within our city limits. And that's not okay. The First Amendment protects their freedom to operate consistently with their faith.
Okay, so you all have filed a lawsuit because you need to know what's going to happen and you haven't been able to get an answer from the city. When will you have an answer? How does the case proceed from here?
Well, the lawsuit was only filed a couple weeks ago, so we're waiting still for an official response from the city, hopefully within the next couple of weeks.
All right, we'll continue to try to get one as well. Christiana, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, we've got a Fox